A lot of people have been talking about traffic cones in the Las Vegas Valley. I mean, they're nothing new, but it seems like there's more of them with the growth of the city. So why are there so many traffic cones? What's going on in these areas?
Well, we live in it, so we certainly understand that perspective. There are a lot of cones out there, very important projects of different sizes and types. One of the issues I think is that a lot of the construction is in very high-profile spots, so people are very, very aware of it. There are pretty much every corridor into the center of the valley has cones on it. Plus, we've got all the cones that are down, in the resort corridor associated with the Formula One and that kind of thing. So, we live in it too, and we've developed a lot of resources to help people manage that, so they can get their information they need before they head out on the road. So we really encourage people to check out our Seeing Orange website, where they can get information on the different projects, detailed information if they need that. We have our the traffic alerts that you can sign up for to get the information out of our traffic management center. So there are a lot of resources to help people manage that.
And I know you were saying that there's a lot of different kind of work that's being done in these areas. Could you list a couple of the different types of work that's being done?
Oh, sure. I mean, you've got massive, multi-million dollar bridge reconstruction projects on, Tropicana at the 15. You've got a huge project on Charleston that is primarily a flood control district project that has roadway elements in it. You've got the work, in the median, putting in new barriers on 515. And then we've got, little tiny projects that are popping up in neighborhoods where we're putting in, pedestrian improvements, putting in, high level crosswalks. So from, $100 million projects down to, projects that cost a couple $100,000 at individual intersections. So, the RTC funds them all, and and that's in partnership with our regional partners, all of the cities. They are the people that own the projects and prosecute the work. But it's a lot, and we appreciate that, and we really try to get the information off to the people so they can deal with it. Particularly our transit riders. Construction on one of the bus routes can be very, very impactful.
Would you say that cones are inevitable in the Las Vegas Valley?
Well, I don't know if I'd use that word, but they certainly are everywhere. They're a sign of progress. They're a sign that work is getting done. The money that's the tax money that's coming in from sales tax and fuel tax is being reinvested into the community. So we know that it's going to the benefit of the people. It's painful when it's happening, but when it's done, we've got better roads as a result. And that's the bottom line. You can't build the road unless you have cones first.
I was speaking with a driver who lives near Silverado Ranch today, and there's some construction that's being done on Maryland Parkway near Cactus. There's a ton of cones in that area, and he was telling me he doesn't really see construction workers in that area. Do a lot of the times the crews work overnight?
Yeah, particularly on the big streets. That is really important. Each of the agencies have rules in place that dictate when the work can be done. It's a balance always. If you can, the more the workers are out there, the faster the work gets done, but also the more impactful they are from a congestion point of view. So the agencies that permit the work are constantly, balancing that. They want to minimize the disruption, but they also want to get the work done as fast as possible. And so those can be in conflict with one another.
And we know that F1 officials said paving is nearing completion, so some relief for drivers there in terms of that. But any other projects that are nearing completion where drivers can see some relief soon?
Well, yeah, it right now, let me look at this list here. We've got 282 open contracts right now. And on the last agenda, we're closing about $9 million worth of projects. So in fact, we actually had more projects closing on this agenda than we had starting. So we are prosecuting the work. The projects are getting done absolutely as fast as possible. And, I've been looking at that Seeing Orange map since it's been created, 2016 timeframe. And, there's pretty much the same amount of orange on it as there was then. It's just now it's in very awkward spots.
And you were talking about some of the resources that are available for drivers. I think you said seeingorange.org was that the website?
Yeah, let me give you that just so you have it for sure. It's seeingorangenv, like Nevada.com.
Gotcha. And are there any other resources for drivers so that they can avoid the traffic congestion as much as possible?
Yeah, absolutely. You can sign up for the traffic alerts through RTC Fast, text alerts. We can get that on the main site at rtcsnv.com. And then you can get those text alerts come directly out of our traffic management center. So that's a very good resource.
And in terms of timelines for these projects, does it differ depending on the magnitude of the project?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we have projects that can be done in 30 to 90 days, and we have projects that, like the NDOT project for the overpass at Tropicana. That's, I think, 500 days, something like that. It's a 2 or 3 year project. So we run the gamut. That's not one that we're funding. But we fund large arterial projects that can last a couple of years. I mean, Charleston, as I said, that's a project that's jointly funded with Regional Flood, and that's been on the ground for 18 months, something in that range.
John, thank you so much. Any other message you have for drivers who may be frustrated on the road?
Well, just sign up for the text alerts at rtcsnv.com and check out that Seeing Orange map, and that gives you everything you need. The other thing that's on there are the events that are coming up. The regional event traffic management meeting happens every month, and that information is put on that as well. And we have a blog that you can find also on rtcsnv.com.